Hey guys, in this video I will be making another mask, and as usual I start with the one that I already made with paper mache, and my inspiration for this one is a dinosaur called the dilophosaurus. So first I have here some measurements on a sheet of paper, and I use the end sections of 3 different French curves to make the beak of my dino mask. Then when that has been cut out, I use it as a template to make the pieces out of cardboard. Now after gluing the cardboard pieces onto my mask with a hot glue gun, I use masking tape to fill the gaps. Then I draw on one side the rest of the mouth starting from the beak to then cut it out with a cutter knife. I use that cutout as a template for the other side, so I don't end up with a weirdly shaped mouth. Now it's time to glue on the toilet paper to make sure that the air dry clay that I will be using stick to the mask. And after that has dried, I apply it on the area to make the eye sockets and to give the mouth a better shape, along with some sharp teeth that I already made to make things a little bit more easier. Then after that, I use toilet paper again to bring everything together and that the specular paste will stick better on it. So as usual, I make my final layer with a powder form of speckling paste, a little bit of water, some white PVA glue and white gesso to ensure that no cracks will form and that the mask won't break as easily if it would fall onto the ground. Now it's time for painting, and this time I will be using an airbrush for the first time to see if I can get any cool results with it. But first I gave my mask a yellow base color with acrylic paint, and I painted the rest of the colors that I will be using also with acrylics, thinking that this will speed up the progress, but it turns out that this step was unnecessary. Now in all honesty, I kind of regret using the airbrush, and because I've wasted so much time already, that I decided to let things be and started painting the teeth white with some acrylic paint, marking the end of this project, and hopefully my next one will be a little bit more successful. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please consider sticking around for the next one. Until then!